This life is full of temptations, and it's easy to fall in some of these traps. But nothing I feel is more tempting than hooking up with your hot neighbor. So let's take a look at things you need to know, or things that may happen if you pursue your neighbor. And like usual, let's start with number 10. Is your neighbor naturally good looking? Because the people we see online and the people we see at the club are completely different people than the folk we see in real life. Just think about all the other times you saw your hot neighbor. Were they headed to the club? Were they headed to school? Were they just going out with some friends? Well, guess what? They were dressed up, and that's probably the max of their beauty. So it's your job to catch them lacking. Maybe wait till around 9:30 p.m. on a Wednesday and knock on her door looking for a missing item. Because the face you see when that door swings open is the face you're going to get. Now let's push to number 9. Does your neighbor have different people spending the night every other weekend? Because this might be a big red flag. I mean, how many people is this person dating? Because 13 in 1 month is a little crazy. Plus, you never want to go somewhere where competition is high, because they might develop a giant ego because of it. And an arrogant person is the last person I want to date. So I suggest you stay clear of this type of person, because you don't want to be body 14. Now let's roll to number 8. Have you ever seen them lose their temper and start breaking things? Because this is the sign of someone with anger issues. And the last thing you need is someone coming over to your home and breaking your TV. Plus, that's the easiest way to get evicted, because management is not going to care who's at fault. All they'll know is that the two of you have a toxic relationship, and it's their job to move y'all far away from the complex. I remember I had some neighbors that were like that, and things used to get so crazy that it would spill into my house. I mean, literally, they used to knock on my damn door. But I guess now it's time we roll to number 7. Are they extremely loud? I mean, screaming at the top of their lung loud. Because you have to keep in mind that you'll be inviting this person into your home, and I guarantee their vocal volume is not going to go down. Plus, your neighbor on the other side might finally learn that you exist, and they will be ready to call the cops when they hear your new girlfriend. And keep in mind that someone that's loud just really wants attention. And you have to dig deep down inside and ask yourself, can I really dedicate this much time to this person? Because this can be a loud, bumpy ride. And now let's push to number 6. Do they have friends that are way hotter than them? Because you might be pulling the trigger too fast. I mean, what if the person of your dream just hasn't stopped by their house yet? That's why you have to take your time with this. You have to know every single person in their inner circle, because you don't want to get stuck with them and end up completely regretting your pick. Also, this will stop you from cheating on them, because their hot friend is always flirtatious, and it's much easier to turn down somebody when they're not a 10. But now let's roll to number 5. Do they have a stable job, or are they just living off somebody? Because you don't want to invite someone over that's just going to suck you dry. Because there is an entire group of people that live their entire life leeching off people. And sometimes you see them online begging for money. I mean, do you really want to date a fans only girl or guy? Because eventually the financial burden will be on you. And that's definitely something I don't want any part of. And I assume someone as smart as you who's subscribed to my channel is thinking the same. Now let's move to number 4. Have you ever witnessed a crazy ex following them? Because what they got going on is none of your business. And you sure as hell don't want to invite that type of energy into your home. Plus, I don't want to fight no crazy person. They have that weird psycho strength. Just think back to when your friend was dating a crazy stalker. Don't you remember how you came over and saw the door knocked off the hinges? Don't you remember thinking to yourself, how the hell did this person break this giant door? Well, that is the person that you would be dating. So focus on finding the answer to that question real fast. And we are moving on to number 3. If you shoot your shot and get turned down, could you live with seeing them every day? Because some people simply can't tolerate that. They always try to compare themselves with the next person they see with them, like, oh, so that's the type of lame she likes. And keep in mind that you might have to speak to this person after the fact. For example, let's say they're throwing a party and they're being too loud. Will you be able to head over there and check them? Because you know as soon as you leave what they're going to say to the party. And trust me when I say that it's not going to be a glowing review of you. Now let's roll to number 2. A pro to dating your hot neighbor is the fact that you'll save on food and gas. Because relationships are getting pretty expensive. And that's probably why so many people would rather be a side piece. But if they live next door, you could always cook something. And instead of driving, you could simply walk over to their place. So there will be no need to dress up or buy a new outfit. What they see is what they get. And now finally, we've reached number 1. You'll be able to do the big dance whenever you like. All it will take is walking over to their place or sending a late night text. Their loving will be hot and ready for you every day. And you, my friend, would have hit the jackpot. Now, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button to help support the page. And when you're done with that, click on one of my videos that just popped up, and I'll see you on the next one.